Are you sick of having to take a toothbrush to your eyeballs after staring at a matte WOLED display? Well, I've got great news for you. That's right, today might as well be the second coming of Christ for you WOLED glossy lovers, because we have even more. Not only did I just review the 32-inch True Black Glossy OLED from ASUS, but we actually have a couple more to talk about today. So you better strap yourself in before you leave a phallic shape in the bottom of your desk. Who am I kidding? You probably will. So let's just jump right into this. First, let's talk about the XG27AQ-WMG, which I do hope to review soon, but I'll update you once I have more information on that. In any case, we do have an article from TFT Central, and I did actually get a chance to see some new 4-layer monitors, and I'll go ahead and share that B-roll with you guys before you start hyperventilating while I talk. And this is probably for a lot of people going to be exactly what you've been waiting for. Don't get me wrong, the 32-inch 4K version is going to be superior for those of you looking for a 4K option, and I do know we will be seeing an update to that model in 2026 as well. But in any case, the new 4-layer design pretty much takes everything about that monitor that was great and makes it even greater, because this new True Black Glossy W-OLED that I just reviewed, the 32-inch 4K version, it looks a whole heck of a lot better in a room that doesn't have totally controlled lighting than a QD-OLED. Now, don't get me wrong, QD-OLED still has better colors, so if you're in a totally light-controlled room, that still might be the best option for you. But for those of you who have maybe a window in your room, this new glossy True Black coating has been a godsend. You get all of the benefits of the clear glossy coating so you can actually see what you're trying to look at. And of course, you get the better contrast and depth afforded by it as well. But even more importantly, you retain the excellent contrast that gets kind of destroyed on a QD-OLED when light hits the display. But what if I told you these new 4-layer OLEDs, which we'll be reviewing hopefully soon on the channel here, take that to yet another level? Even better contrast in a bright room, even potentially clearer, as the MLA layer could slightly make it less clear on those older MLA panels as well. And on top of the better contrast and clarity, you should also be getting much higher brightness as well as much better color performance as well. Now, the actual final numbers are going to be heavily dependent on who does what with these monitors. We'll have to wait and see, but these come in two different variants. We have the XG27AQ-WMG that TFT Central ran an article on, which, by the way, I'll have their article linked in the description below if you want to read up on more, but this will be, it looks like, the 280 Hz version, and they're jumping in brightness from the, 260 nits rough range, maybe 280 nits in 100% window, all the way to 335 nits. So this is a substantial increase in brightness. We could be talking about closer to a 30% increase in brightness, and these monitors, if they are tuned correctly, could be the first monitors on the market that can finally show standard HDR 1000 graded content without a ton of blown out highlight detail or massive dimming of the panel, which is unfortunately what we've been strapped with on the current options on the market today. But there's an even more impressive one, and that is the PG27AQ-WP-W. My God, what a name. But this thing is going to be capable of 540/720 Hz. Now, to be clear, the 720 Hz mode is 720p, and that sounds horrible. But hey, if you want to play at 720p, you can have 720 frames per second. But most impressively, the 540 Hz mode, just like the last monitor we talked about, is going to be available at the native 1440p resolution. So if you're someone who's been waiting for what might be your, it's not be the, but your perfect OLED monitor, this might just be it. I mean, that is an insane resolution and refresh rate combination at a 27-inch size, which, by the way, the last one's also 27-inch. This is just a higher refresh rate. And much like the last monitor we just talked about, this one will also come with the True Black Glossy panel coating. So you might be asking the question, that sounds great. I can't wait to take a look at these 280 Hz, which was the last one we just talked about, and 540 Hz options at the 27-inch size with a 1440p resolution. But what about 4K? Enough about 1440p. Well, there should also be, and I've broke this a long time ago, but I'll bring it up again, yes, a 4K version coming in 2026. There was not a specific time given to me, but I do believe you could see it as early as CES in 2026, so January 2026. teased. Now, it may be at an event even later than that, although I wouldn't be surprised if they do tease it in January. Now, if that's the case, you might be saying, well, is it going to be available in, February or March? No, probably not. It probably will be Q2 or Q3 of 2026 before you see a 4K variant sporting this new True Black Glossy coating. And at that point, that's going to be the best of both worlds. You have the better color and brightness of the new 4-layer panels, as well as the better clarity and better ambient light handling, mixed with a True Black Glossy coating, giving you even better ambient light handling and clarity than anything we've had on the market before, making it for many people the go-to option. So if you want to hear more about that, make sure you get subscribed for everything else display related here on The Display Guy. Whether you're looking to connect a new console, gaming PC, or just need a fast and reliable HDMI cable to connect over long distances, RuPro has you covered with their certified 8K HDMI 2.1 fiber optic cable, available in sizes up to 50 feet and can deliver a perfect full 48 gigabits per second connection over distances other cables could only dream of reaching. And now RuPro is offering a new detachable and upgradable pure fiber cable that sends the same 48 gigabits per second signal through its ultra thin and flexible housing, making it easier to route through walls. So if you're in the market for a cable that can drive a beautiful new TV or monitor, be sure to check out RuPro on Amazon today.